So we're going to start with this.
Grush sat down with investigative journalist Ross Coulthart, who is reporting for News Nation on the bombshell whistleblower complaint filed with Congress and the Intelligence Community Inspector General. According to the complaint, in July 2021, Mr. Grush confidentially provided UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena related classified information, to the Department of Defense Inspector General. At that time, Mr. Grush communicated classified information about the improper withholding and or concealment of classified material from the U.S. Congress by certain IC elements. News Nation has confirmed Grush's credentials, but he says he can't show us the proof of the alien craft for national security reasons. In a somewhat frightening revelation, Grush claims the non-human species may not be friendly.
I've been told that there have been attempts to bring down craft, that we've acted offensively against non-human craft.
There have been instances, and there are certain techniques.
Have human beings been hurt or killed by a non-human intelligence?
While I can't get into the specifics because that would reveal certain U.S. classified operations, I was briefed by a few individuals on the program that there were malevolent events like that.
Grush says he has to be careful about providing detail. He shared this letter with us from the Department of Defense, giving him permission to do the interview with News Nation. It says the interview questions are approved for public release. However, this approval does not include any photograph, picture, exhibit, caption, or other supplemental material not specifically approved by this office. Our concurrence for release does not imply DoD endorsement or factual accuracy of the material. Grush says the United States is not the only country that has encountered non-human intelligence. He says our geopolitical rivals have their own crash retrieval programs.
Basically, the government's like, we said he can say it, but we can't say it's true.
They're lying. They're working with them.
Well, I can't get into the... We're in a competition with their adversaries to understand this, and it's a multi-decade Cold War that has been under our nose for so long, and you know, there is no good way to level the playing field and hold other nation states accountable if they're doing unethical or illicit activity as it relates to this subject. And I think the obtuse secrecy is actually putting us in a very dangerous position where a country might make a breakthrough that say it's an adversary of ours. And it is so destabilizing.
The secrecy is the main reason Grush says he is coming forward. He's concerned Congress is being kept in the dark, and it's a matter of national security.
This is not a question I had on my bingo card last week. It is not my sweet spot. Although I am a defense appropriator, I am part of classified briefings. This is nothing that has come up.
I saw the report. It sounds fascinating, but if there's anything there, we gotta investigate. Just like we would investigate a foreign country that has a balloon over our sky.
And again, Chairman of the House Oversight Committee, James Comer, says they do intend to have hearings on UFOs, and we just learned the committee confirming that they are in the preliminary stages of getting those hearings together. And regardless of whether you believe David Grush, this really is an emerging area. You know, Congress has been looking to this into the past, and clearly, based on what we've seen today, they're taking this seriously. They want to look into it.
So the Department of Defense gave David Grush permission to talk about this? Did they know what he was going to say?
They did, and we have that letter, which is interesting. When you're at the level he was at and you have that kind of classified information, he was concerned, obviously, breaking the law and come out and talk about things. So he told them what he intended to talk about, and they essentially gave him permission in that letter, as you heard, only saying not to share specific photos or any sort of visual aids. But they also said in that letter, we're also not saying that what you're saying is true either.
Right. It was,
which is important.
Right. And yet still I keep coming back to the point, you know, over and over he says, I was briefed on these non-human aircraft. I was briefed on attacks of some kind between our pilots or our defense and these non-human aircraft. He never saw this firsthand. Isn't this all secondhand information? Like,
yeah,
somebody told me?
It is essentially, and I'm glad you're bringing that up again. I mean, we can confirm his credentials. Very, very high-level U.S. intelligence officer, you know, Air Force veteran. on the task force that investigates UFOs, but he was not in this specific program. He didn't see the craft for himself. These are all accounts based on people who he spoke to.
What do you mean there's no way to level the playing field?
I mean, he's saying there's no way to level the playing field against other countries if they're shooting these things down and trying to get technology from them. Then if we don't do the same thing, then there is no way to level the playing field.
Y'all still behind though. China's gonna be the first one that do anything with that technology.
You know why China has caught up
London
and
is gonna be next.
Zooming ahead is because they don't have all the red tape we have. Like all the we have to process and all this bullshit that we have to do to get something done over here. It makes getting anything done almost impossible from when it seems like.
Right.
Yeah, they keep going back to this damn balloon. Like, hey, look, this one that everyone thought was a UFO, it's a balloon. But that's not even the freaking thing that we're focused on.
They're scared though. That's why too. China and all those places are gonna gain the knowledge out of technology first, because they're not scared, being that there's certain practices that they already have instilled in their system and their school system, being Buddha and all of the different type of stuff, already open them up. Meditation already open up their mind to receiving those different type of stuff and not being scared to it. These people don't practice no type of spirituality, and the people that do are in the industry and like celebrities and stuff like that, and those would be the people that would oversee those type of technologies, because they're not scared.
Mean like religion,
right? No, I mean
just keep being clear.
No, I don't mean just religion. People that practice Satanism and stuff like that, they're going to be more open to not being afraid of these different type of stuff, because mind is already open that these people exist.
Exactly. Like Lala was saying, they already have resources. They eat different things. They do a lot of different things that we don't do, and the fact that they're feeding us this food is also closing us off to our mental psyche of how having it open and being able to receive those things in the first place.
Right.
Real talk. I said this a couple months ago. I said this to you like a second ago. Do you remember when I said a couple months ago that I feel like the government are going to start putting people out there to prepare us for the information that they have already? Not even like 2 months later, someone else, totally different guy, by the way. That last person was someone else, right? Mm-hmm. Saying the exact same thing. It's either the government or trying to distract us from something.
They had to they did put out some information about it. There were documents, because the internet. There were documents. Some of this stuff were obviously blacked out because we are not supposed to see. But there is basically information on alien, extraterrestrial.
UFOs and all that, for sure.
Right, all that type of stuff. That was in the
I feel like
documents.
too they had to put it out though because of the platform like TikTok. TikTok's been exposing a lot of stuff, and they can't keep it contained. That's why TikTok is banned in certain places in China and stuff, because they're putting out a lot of different knowledge, and people are getting hip to it and doing their own research.
And they know that if certain places like China and all these other places get that information, it's easy, because we still have so many debts and so many things that we have to pay off, and we sitting here living like it's. That's why all of this stuff is going up. All the prices are going up. All these things are going up because we have a debt to pay to these people, and if these people get that type of information,
it's over for us.
We're not going to be able to
defend ourselves.
That's why
or
they're trying to keep the information for themselves as well, because they know if the people get this information, then
they could go fight for them other countries.
This is the thing. They know that if people in New York, we're going to talk about it. Of course, people in New York, people in LA, whatever, we're going to talk about it, but we're never going to. I'm not saying I won't be one of those people, because I would definitely take a stand. You know what I mean? I have a platform. This is exactly why we do the things that we do here now and today, right now. But they know that people are not going to come together and take that information and do something with it. That's why they ban it in those places, because they know those places are going to take that information and do something with it.
Right.
That's why TikTok is willing, because guess what we do on TikTok? Hips.
Right. Exactly.
People talk about it, and those people do get a lot of views.
That's personally why I stay away from TikTok.
Hate, and they get a lot of
hate
hate on their videos because the information that they put out, people are saying is hocus pocus and all this stuff, and they don't believe because of fear.
So I felt like that about YouTube when YouTube was coming out. That at first it was a lot like TikTok, that it was just a bunch of stupid shit, right? But eventually, a lot of information on YouTube. You can learn a lot on YouTube, right? The platform changed over time. Yeah. So if you're saying that there's a lot of information on TikTok, maybe it might be worth it.
Yeah.
I just, I don't want
it's
to try
a lot of information that we see that is just like,
oh wow, yeah,
like things from back in the day, like with the trees, with people, how they looked, and crazy shit like you wouldn't even believe. Like,
right.
Oh my God.
Like foods you're not really supposed to be eating, but the why as to why you're not supposed to be eating it for different chakras that's in your body, all different type of stuff.
They give you a rundown of things that you were supposed to eat at the grocery and things you're not supposed to eat. We're supposed to eat key limes, not limes. Limes are not real. It's a lot. They give you different. TikTok is a really good place to get on and really put your things out there. Things that you want to say, people are listening there, and that's why I would. Obviously, the people that are doing hips, they're not listening. But
they're on the platform to gain money and they let those people on the platform to keep other people blind.
Yeah, because those people,
Suppose not moving.
Keep other people blind because that's what comes up on there for you. But people that have already researched different spirituality stuff and like them, more of that stuff come up on your feed as well.
Yeah. Which is really good.
CIA topics like this video them coming out and saying that there's extraterrestrial beings. They've been saying this.
People are taking AI and doing a lot of things with them, but the people who ask AI certain questions like, oh, how would the world look in like 2030 and things like that, I feel like those are the questions that you should be asking AI because that is a technology thing, that is given from the government in a way, you know what I mean? So if you ask those, if you ask certain questions, they show you crazy shit in the AI, and that's some things like AI. People use AI for stupid stuff, but the people who
you're on something there too, because real talk, when you're looking towards the future, as a human being, we're limited to the stuff that we can see and feel and all that stuff on our peripheral, right? And the stuff that we know, but all that's limited. AI is going to have all the information, and it's going to be able to use all the information to come up with a future that makes sense, that's more accurate. So asking AI what the future looks like, that's crazy. Like there's things that they're using AI for already. Like they're using AI to help you pick stocks, right, and make money, right? You gotta get into that, right? They have bots now using AI. I wasn't really into the whole bot thing, but with AI, it's looking like it's looking much better.
But going in a spiritual standpoint, being in the age of Aquarius, Aquarius rules technology. It's crazy that AI will come out now in the age of Aquarius ruling technology, and that's what we're going towards. Because we just came out the age of Pisces, which was like Jesus and all of that different type of spirituality stuff, which is things that you can't see. Now we're going to be able to see with technology. That's why phones are taking over and AI and all of that different type of stuff.
Also the digital currency that's getting more popular, all those things. Even though those are things from the government to control us in a way, it's still a power of technology because imagine the things that you're saying that we can use AI to do stocks. Imagine that's how true it is. Imagine all the things that can happen after the digital currency. Do you know how many people can get rich from digital currency?
And they're going to make that one currency. They're trying to make that one currency as well. But I feel like they're only trying to make that one currency because we're in debt to so many countries. If you erase the money and they make that one currency, you're erasing your debt. Right, exactly.
It's like it's kind of hard for you to pay because we don't have any cash.
That too.
You could say. We don't have
I'm just thinking, how long before we have an AI model that can help someone build passive income to survive, and all they have to do is sign up? How long? Before
maybe they already have that. Before
it's just an app, we just have to sign in and free to use like Robinhood. You just put in how much money you can start with, and it starts making money for you.
I think that's why a lot of people miss old America, because it was easy. It was harder for people to get money. Yeah. If you ever noticed this, they took away. Do you know they took away so many bills? They narrowed it down to one large bill. And what's the largest bill that we have now? The $100 bill.
Oh yeah.
It used to be. It's back in the day, back in the day, whatever, like the 1960s, 50s, it was harder for us to get money. But before then, it was easy for people to get money. You know, there was a $1,000 bill. There was a $100,000 bill. There was all those bills that got narrowed down for us to get, basically for us to be harder to get money. And for back in the day, it was easier, obviously. You could have a stack of probably, $500,000 bills, and you'll be a fucking millionaire, half a millionaire right there.
I mean, you still had to have motion, right?
Yeah, you still had to have motion.
Right.
Yeah.
You couldn't just. Like, that's why there's still plenty of poor people back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's not.
But it's just the knowledge that they had access to. That's why
that's
they were poor.
that's what it is.
Right.
The knowledge.
The knowledge that they had access
Right.
to.
I think with that, I think I agree with you with what you're saying. With that same knowledge today, it's harder to get money than it would be back then. I think I agree with that for sure.